In the summer of 285, a vengeful Roman officer assassinated his own emperor on the brink of total victory, all because of a private marital betrayal. The victim was Emperor Carinus, a ruler often remembered as one of the most debauched and reckless men to ever wear the purple. For decades, Rome had been trapped in the crisis of the 3rd century, a brutal cycle of civil wars, economic collapse, and constant invasions. Carinus had been left in charge of the Western Empire by his father, Emperor Carinus, who took the Eastern legions to fight the Persians. But while his father and brother campaigned in the East, Carinus turned the imperial palace in Rome into a theater of excess. Ancient chroniclers claim he married and divorced 9 different women, constantly casting them aside to pursue others. Worse still, Carinus began pursuing the wives of his most powerful military commanders and noble senators. This was not just a moral scandal. In the highly status-conscious world of the Roman military, it was a direct insult to his officer's honor. Among those he humiliated was a high-ranking officer in his own imperial guard, a tribune named Titus. Carinus allegedly seduced Titus's wife, boasting about the conquest and treating the proud officer with open contempt. Titus was forced to endure the mockery of his peers while continuing to command the very troops protecting the emperor's life. But the personal drama of the imperial court was suddenly interrupted by a massive threat from the east. Carinus's father died mysteriously in the east, struck by lightning according to legend, and his brother Nemirian died soon after. In the power vacuum, the Eastern legions refused to recognize Carinus as the sole ruler of the Roman world. Instead, they elevated a brilliant and ambitious commander named Diocletian to the imperial throne. Diocletian immediately began marching his massive eastern army westward to claim the entire empire by force. Carinus, despite his personal vices, was a highly competent and fierce military commander when cornered. He quickly gathered the formidable Western legions, which were larger and better positioned than Diocletian's forces. The 2 massive armies finally collided in the valley of the Margus River, located in modern-day Serbia. It was one of the largest and most desperate civil war battles in all of Roman history. As the fighting raged, the superior training and numbers of Carinus's Western legions began to dominate the field. Diocletian's lines were buckling, and his generals began to fear a total and ruinous defeat. Carinus was on the absolute cusp of reuniting the Roman Empire under his sole, unchallenged rule. But as victory neared, the emperor's past sins caught up with him in the worst possible moment. Tribune Titus, the officer whose wife Carinus had seduced, saw his opportunity amidst the chaos of the battlefield. Titus slipped through the imperial guard, approaching the triumphant emperor under the guise of delivering a message. Before anyone could react, Titus drew his blade and struck Carinus down, ending the emperor's life instantly. In a single, shocking second, the victorious army's commander was dead, leaving the Western legions leaderless and stunned. Seeing their emperor slain, the Western troops lost their will to fight and quickly surrendered to the Eastern forces. Diocletian, who had been on the verge of crushing defeat, suddenly found himself the sole ruler of the entire Roman world. The assassination of Carinus was not just a shift in leadership, it was the catalyst for a radical transformation. Diocletian realized that the empire was too vast and unstable for a single man to govern alone. To prevent future civil wars, he created the Tetrarchy, dividing the Roman world into 4 administrative regions. This division permanently decentralized power away from the city of Rome, setting the stage for the Byzantine Empire in the east. Diocletian also stabilized the currency, reformed the military, and initiated the last major persecution of Christians. None of these monumental, world-changing reforms would have occurred had Carinus won the Battle of the Margus. Carinus likely would have continued the volatile, centralized, and destructive dynastic cycles of the 3rd century. Instead, a single soldier's personal thirst for revenge shattered the old order and cleared the path for an administrative revolution. The story of Carinus and Titus reveals how the grandest sweeps of global history can pivot on the most intimate human grievances.